management of peace and tranquility, besides exploring a fair, reasonable and mutually acceptable solution to the boundary question. In pursuance of that, I recently held discussions with Foreign Minister Wang Yi again on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro on November 18th. Raksha Mantri ji has also met the Chinese Defense Minister Dong Jun at the ASEAN Defense Minister ADMM Plus meeting in Vientiane on November 20. The two ministers discussed progress on the recent agreement on disengagement, the need to address de-escalation, and the requirement of strengthening confidence-building measures. They agreed on the importance of continuing meetings and consultations at various levels. Sir, the House will remember that on October 21, the October 21 agreement is the latest in the series of an understanding in regard to the resolution of the situation at various friction points in eastern Ladakh. In the aftermath of the events in May-June 2020 and the initial disengagement in Galwan Valley in July 2020, there was a foreign ministers' meeting in Moscow in 10 September 2020. The government's position at that time was that the immediate task was to ensure comprehensive disengagement of troops in all the friction areas. It was emphasized that the large concentration of troops along the LAC was not in accordance with the 1993 and 1996 agreements. The Indian side, it was made clear, would not countenance any attempts to change the status quo unilaterally. We also expected that all agreements and protocols pertaining to the management of the border areas would be scrupulously followed. Sir, through you, I would like to inform the House that disengagement has been achieved in full in eastern Ladakh through a step-by-step process, culminating in Depsang and Demchok. With the task of disengagement completed, it is now our expectation that discussions would commence with regard to the remaining issues that we have placed on the agenda. For the benefit of honourable members, I would also flag to your attention previous positions articulated by the government in Parliament on this issue. On 15th of September 2020, Raksha Mantri ji had made a detailed statement on Chinese attempts to transgress the LAC and the appropriate response given by our armed forces. On the 11th of February 2021, Raksha Mantri had again briefed the House about our disengagement agreement in the north and south banks of the Pangong Lake. Thereafter, in August of 2021, a third phase of disengagement took place in the area of Gogra, whereby troops would henceforth be in their respective bases. The next step took place in September 2022 pertaining to the Hot Springs area. Again, forward deployments ceased in a phased, coordinated and verified manner, resulting in the return of troops to their respective areas. The most recent agreement, the October 21 agreement, comes in the wake of the earlier ones. It completes the first phase of what we had agreed to in Moscow in September 2020. As members are aware, there is a long history of frictions, transgressions and face-offs in several sectors of the India-China border. This goes back to Barahoti from 1954, to Longju in 1959, to Sumdurongchu from 1986-1995, and Depsang in 2013, amongst others. In the past, earlier governments have agreed to a range of steps to diffuse situations that have arisen at different times, including offers on our side